Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got an article by Bleacher Report titled "One Bold Prediction for Every Top 10 NBA Free Agent." So before we get going on this video article thing right here, let me know in the comment section below, guys. Give me an NBA free agent and give me a bold prediction. Give me something you think is going to happen that might be like in the minority, or, it's just something that nobody else is really thinking about. For me, example, I do think Anthony Davis is going to sign with the Detroit Pistons. I'm just joking, man. But yeah, y'all let me know, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and get going on this. Also, if you don't mind, drop that like on this video. Also, man, I was just looking at my statistics, guys. There's 60% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed. What's up with that, man? Hit that subscribe button, guys. Okay. Let's get started. My apologies. The first one we have is Serge Ibaka, Toronto Raptors, unrestricted. I don't know why I said that with such a cinematic voice, but the bold prediction is Serge Ibaka joins Pelicans, becomes fifth, 30-something with 100 threes and 100 blocks. To me, that is actually the perfect fit, guys. I've really been wanting the Pelicans to go for a guy like a Serge Ibaka or a Miles Turner, one of those defensive, yet can also stretch the floor out, big guys out there. Maybe even like a Brook Lopez would be kind of exciting. I think Brook Lopez would actually work out quite a bit. But yeah, man, Serge Ibaka, I think they could probably get him on a pretty good deal. Now, if they do get Serge Ibaka, then you have a decision to make. Do you want to bring back Derek Favors and then Jackson Hayes is kind of in the dust? Might have to kind of sit out for a season and develop even more, which Serge Ibaka, who used to be an extremely athletic player, now he's definitely, more about like fundamentals and stuff, but still athletic. Could be actually be a pretty good mentor to Jackson Hayes. Or does Derek Favors just go to a different team and, you do a rotation of Serge Ibaka and Jackson Hayes? I really think it could work out either way. For me personally, I would start Serge, and I think I would probably just let Derek Favors walk. I think a team maybe like the Boston Celtics, or even like the Dallas Mavericks could use a guy like Favors. And yeah, man, you just kind of get that extra space out there. I mean, Derek Favors does a few things out there that Serge Ibaka doesn't do well, and vice versa. But I think ultimately, guys, it'd be a pretty good move and pretty cost-friendly move. So yes, I'm all for this bold prediction. And then, of course, 100 threes, 100 blocks. It's kind of what Serge does these days, man. He's like a 3-and-D, center. So next up, we got Joe Harris, Brooklyn Nets, unrestricted. We got bold prediction. Joe Harris is Brooklyn's third leading scorer next season. Hell no, man. That's not even like a bold prediction because that's just kind of stupid. Have y'all been watching Caris LeVert play as of late, man? It's definitely going to be Caris LeVert, to Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. Although I could even see like Spencer Dinwiddie, assuming they do a lot of, double point guard backcourt, which I definitely see. I actually kind of want to read about this one a bit. Yes, we are aware the Nets are going third star hunting this offseason, but is this player even available? The Washington Wizards wanted to move Bradley Beal, or the New Orleans Pelicans were to deal Drew Holiday. They could have pulled the trigger already. Maybe a knock your socks off kind of offer changes things, but a package built around Caris LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Jarrett Allen may fall just short. I don't really think so. I'm sorry to say, I think that's a solid trade package, man. Caris LeVert, yes, he is injury prone, but when he is playing and when he is healthy, he gets the right training staff, I think he's a future all-star. Dinwiddie has proven with Kyrie out that he can freaking absolutely dominate the court out there, and Jarrett Allen is a good young center that plays defense and can score around the basket, and it's kind of like this era's DeAndre Jordan, in my opinion, man. And even if all three of those guys are back, it's like either those three guys are back and one of those guys are the third leading scorer, or they trade them for like a Bradley Beal and that guy's the third leading scorer. So I don't see any world where Joe Harris is the third leading scorer for the Brooklyn Nets season, man. I feel like they're just kind of saying stuff on this one. Kind of stupid if you ask me. Okay. Next up, we got Bogdan Bogdanovic, Sacramento Kings, restricted. The bold prediction is Bogdan Bogdanovic averages 15 points and 5 assists for next season's Kings. What is bold about this? Like, to me, that is the unbold prediction, is that, the bold prediction is that Bogdan goes to a different team because they decide they want to invest in Buddy Hield, which they've done the complete opposite. This past season, or the season we're on currently, they were using Buddy Hield off the bench, and Bogdan kind of got the nod at the starting 2 spot out there, man. No doubt in my mind, if Buddy Hield is not on the team next season, and they re-sign Bogdan, hopefully to not a bitch-ass contract, but we'll see what other teams offer him out there, then yeah, 15 points, 5 assists definitely is not out of the realm of possibility. I once again do not see anything bold about this prediction. The bold thing, like I said, man, would be him going to a different team, or the Kings just not matching his contract, assuming he gets like, I don't know, man. I could see like the Atlanta Hawks just be like, yeah, just throw Bogdan like $25 million a season, man. He'll be our 2 guy to Trae Young out there. I could see to me that's bold. That's bold. This is just what probably will happen. Next up we got Christian Wood, Detroit Pistons, unrestricted. Christian Wood becomes Pistons, first most improved player award winner. Man, man, sign me up, guys. Yes. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess this is a bold prediction. The not so bold part would be Christian Wood, decides he wants to go win basketball games and goes to a different team, guys. I mean, we obviously see teams like, the Houston Rockets. That would be a perfect fit for Christian Wood. Dunks the basketball, shoots threes. Defense is not the greatest, but is getting better, and of course can rebound the basketball. So he would be perfect in the Houston Rockets lineup. But no, man, I see no reason why he can't be the most improved player if he decides to stick around for the Detroit Pistons next season. There's going to be a lot of opportunities. Obviously, whatever rookie we end up getting is not going to help right away unless we get like the first pick in the draft and it's like Anthony Edwards or whatever, and he turns out to be like a Luka Doncic type of impact. And then sure, I guess I can see something like that happening. But for the most part, there's going to be a lot of opportunities. You're going to see guys like Seagull Doomboy out there balling, but Christian Wood should be the main focus point of the offense. I even say that over a guy like Blake Griffin or Derrick Rose. Like, at this point, Blake Griffin, unless, BG comes back healthy and ready to go and plays like an all-star like he was last season, then sure. I guess you can do something with that. But no, man, it's Wood's season, so he just has to roll with it. And it says, the last 15 games, he was averaging 22 and 10 rebounds. And to me, that's most improved because you got guys like Bam Adebayo and Brandon Ingram, who I love both of those guys as most improved player candidates this season. But to me, it's just like those guys are already pretty damn good. So clearly, Wood's not going to get this season, but next season, I can see it definitely happening. Okay, next up, we got Davis Bertans, Washington Wizards, unrestricted. We got Davis Bertans becomes a third member of the 300 three-pointer club. Once again, I don't see how this is a bold prediction. This guy was literally one of the best shooters in the entire NBA. And I don't see any reason why he doesn't do it again next season. Now, I guess if he goes to a different team, then maybe he's not utilized as much because that's the thing about the Washington Wizards, that the team plays absolutely no defense, but offensively, there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of shots to be had because outside of Bradley Beal, who's the next guy up? I mean, Rui Hachimura is kind of cool, but he's not taking 30 shots a game. So there definitely is a lot of, opportunities out there for Bertans. Now, assuming John Wall's back healthy next season, that's actually going to open up a lot more opportunities for him also, just because, John Wall is a guy that can take the ball to the basket and, really open up the court for everybody else. So I could see Bertans, improving in that department too. But once again, I mean, a guy that's 6'10", that sits on the three-point line and launches up like Ryan Anderson, he pretty much is Eric Ryan Anderson, man. Like, he doesn't really do anything besides just sit there and shoot threes. So hopefully he doesn't get a bitch-ass contract like Anderson did and, eventually he kind of falls off. But, yeah, I totally can see that happening. Okay, next up we got Danilo Gallinari, Oklahoma City Thunder, unrestricted. We got bold prediction. Gallinari helps guide Heat to 2021 Eastern Conference Finals. Okay, man, that is a pretty bold prediction. I definitely do have the Heat as a team that could do that next season. I know Gallinari has kind of been on the radar for quite some time now. He makes perfect sense. Gallinari and the Miami Heat, guys, it needs to happen. Like, we're all waiting for it. I've heard talks of Gallinari, even Chris Paul. At this point, I'm like, yo, man, just both you guys go to the, Miami Heat. Although, with that being said, the cap doesn't really work out in that case. But no, man, let's say they come into next season with a lineup of Kendrick Nunn, Tyler Hero / Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, Gallinari at the 4, who can get you like 17 to 18 points per game, and Bam Adebayo. I mean, just the improvement, of Duncan, Nunn, Tyler Hero, like just that, even Bam Adebayo, improving even more. That could definitely be an Eastern Conference team. I mean, even this season, man, I do think the Achilles heel for the Heat this playoffs is going to be their experience. It's like there's not a ton of it on the team outside like Jimmy Butler and Iguodala. I guess Kelly Olynyk to some extent, but he's not exactly, a beacon of leadership out there. So, no, it's the perfect fit. I mean, he brings the floor space and can put the ball on the floor. Very versatile guy. Would be perfect alongside Bam. So, I want to see this happen. I think it makes a lot of sense. Okay, next up we got Montrezl Harrell, Los Angeles Clippers, unrestricted. Montrezl finds a starting gig in Charlotte and leads Hornets in points and rebounds. I am 1 billion% for that, guys. Okay? My biggest issue with the Charlotte Hornets, the past, their existence, is that they don't often swing for the fences. Sometimes they just kind of go like the safe route, and it either works out for them or it blows up in their face. I look at guys they had in the past, like Gerald Walls. I think they gave a good-sized contract to. I don't remember them exactly what the whole contract situation was, but he was a guy where it's like, he was on the team. He was good. He was good enough. Like, he didn't really lead the Bobcats / Hornets anything. Obviously, with Kemba Walker, they swung for the fences. They really didn't even, actually kind of lowballed him. It was kind of disrespectful, man. And it's like, he was good, not good enough to really lead them anywhere. They got Cody Zeller at center, a guy that's just like your basic center. Yo, man, go out there, go for the big name free agent. To me, Montrezl is a big name. Like, he fixes so many issues on this team, and he just gives you an energy guy in the middle that the rest of the team is going to kind of feed off of, man. So, assuming they come back next season with a rotation of Devontae Graham / Terry Rozier, I don't like both those guys in the backcourt together, so I do think they have a choice to make there eventually at the starting point guard spot. Hopefully Malik Monk's good to go. Miles Bridges, it's about damn time. You got to do something out there. PJ Washington, Montrezl, and obviously they're going to have like a top pick in the draft, so they'll use that. I would use that just for like best player available and see what happens, man. In the perfect world, they get like Anthony Edwards, and then they start either Terry or Devontae, either trade one of the other guys, not really sure yet. And yeah, man, that's a pretty solid start for a rebuild. Okay, we got Fred VanVleet, Toronto Raptors, unrestricted. Bold prediction, VanVleet stays in Toronto and replaces Kyle Lowry as Raptors' second All-Star. Okay, so the only way I see this happening is if, the Raptors decide to move on from Kyle Lowry, which at some point that choice needs to be made. And it's not that Kyle Lowry doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve to start or anything like that. It's just, eventually Fred VanVleet might not want to play like that second fiddle point guard. He might want to lead a team. It was the same circumstance with like Reggie Jackson on the OKC Thunder, where it's just like he didn't want to be a backup anymore to Russell Westbrook. He wanted to go out there and show what he could do, man. In Reggie Jackson's case, it wasn't great. But Fred VanVleet, I have all the confidence in the world he could be the starting point guard on a championship team. So, if... Let's say, okay, let's say you're a Toronto Raptors fan or, the owner of the team or whatever. You have an ultimatum. Fred VanVleet says, hey, man, I'm ready to start. I want to lead this team. Either trade Kyle Lowry and let me take the reins over, or I'm going to take my talents elsewhere and you guys can have, a 36-year-old Kyle Lowry next season. At that point, I'm making the choice to go with Fred VanVleet, guys. I mean, unless Lowry's cool with coming off the bench, which probably will not be the case. But, yeah, I would say this is pretty bold just based off of the circumstance. Of course, being an all-star, I don't see why he couldn't. I mean, there's a lot of solid point guards, in the Eastern Conference. You got, of course, Kemba. You got Ben Simmons. You got Kyrie Irving. So I don't quite know if Fred VanVleet would get the nod at the starting point guards or as a all-star next season, but I guess it's possible. Even John Wall can go back healthy and kind of make a run at that too. So we'll see. Next up, we got Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram gets full 5-year max offer from the Pelicans as soon as market opens. That's not bold. He definitely deserves it. Next. And last but not least, but yeah, we got Anthony Davis, Los Angeles Lakers player option. Bold prediction, Anthony Davis returns to the Lakers and becomes their first MVP in over a decade. Okay, I don't really see any sort of circumstance where AD wins the MVP award, especially playing with LeBron James. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Like, if he comes back to the team, it's still LeBron's team. Like, that's just how that's part of playing with LeBron, is that you are going to be in the shadow of LeBron. Any success, is going to be looked upon as LeBron's doing, but Anthony Davis being a big part of that. So, yeah, I totally see AD returning to the Lakers. I mean, I also could see him go to a different team. I don't see why not. But as far as winning the MVP, it's not going to happen. Especially not with guys, like Giannis, Luka, James Harden, all those guys in the NBA. You just rarely see big guys win that award anymore, and I don't think it starts next season with Anthony Davis. Although I guess at the same time, AD, well, I always think AD is a center. I know he's a power forward, and I guess it's the same song and dance with like Giannis, where I think of him as a small forward, although he plays power forward. So I guess I should take that back, the statement that big guys don't win it. Giannis obviously is a power forward and is probably going to win it again. So yeah, kind of a stupid statement, but you all know what I mean, man. Just like, because Giannis isn't like a traditional big guy, but I guess neither is really Anthony Davis, man. I don't know. It's so weird. I don't really see it happening, I guess, guys. So, yes, those are your bold predictions of the video. What you all think, man, let me know in the comment section below. I don't really think these were all bold. I think some of them were just kind of statements, and that was it. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.